Bienvenidos and welcome, familia, to Despierta, Boricua, Pro Libertad's video podcast on YouTube. I'm your host, Benjamin Ramos of the Pro Libertad Freedom Campaign, and we'll be bringing you the latest on news, culture, and politics from La Isla de Puerto Rico and throughout the Puerto Rican diaspora. It is our goal this year to bring you a monthly podcast full of amazing content, so make sure you subscribe, like, share, and turn on your notifications on YouTube, okay? Make sure you do all of that so you never miss any one of our posts. On today's inaugural podcast for 2024, we'll be speaking with Sonia Santiago of Madres contra la Guerra, in English, Mothers Against the War, from Puerto Rico about their amazing work in solidarity with the people of Palestine. Welcome to Despierta Boricua, Sonia.
Muchas gracias. Hi, greetings, everyone.
All right, so Sonia, before we talk about Palestine and all the amazing work that everyone is doing there, tell us a little bit about Madres contra la Guerra. What does Madres contra la Guerra do?
Okay, as you well pointed out, it's translated Mothers Against the War. I had the unfortunate event of having a son invading Iraq with the U.S. forces in the year 2003. Even though my husband and I, our whole family was telling him that we are pacifists, we don't believe in wars, and especially we don't believe that Puerto Ricans should serve in any way in the U.S. forces because those are the ones that invaded us in 1898. Anyway, he was recruited and he started going to Iraq. He stayed there for a year and a half. And while he was there, on May 1st, 2003, I decided to found Madres contra la Guerra, which is an organization that has several purposes. One of them is we want to prevent other Puerto Rican families from having the horror of having a son or daughter joining the military. Second, we were aware that after the interventions in wars, the veterans come very sick, and sometimes they don't receive the mental health or the physical health services that they're entitled to. So we wanted to assist those veterans. Unfortunately, time gave us the reason, it is true. We have been doing this for 21 years now, and I think our message is getting through. Less and less youngsters are signing up for the military. So basically, Mothers Against the War is in Puerto Rico. We have about 200 mothers and families. And when we say motherhood also encompasses the family. So we have brothers, sisters, fathers, you name it. I think Puerto Ricans have been very sympathetic to our cause, because who in Puerto Rico doesn't have a family member that has been, seduced by the military? So we have horror stories of Puerto Ricans dying, even from the first war, the first U.S. war, because they invaded us in 1898. And in 1917, 27,000 Puerto Ricans, men, in those times it was only men, served in the military, and many of them went to the war. And also in Vietnam, in Granada, Panama, Puerto Ricans have been used as a carne de cañón, meat in the fodder, something like that in English.
We say cannon fodder. Yeah.
Okay, you understand. So yeah, for many, many years, and unfortunately, there's only one hospital for veterans in Puerto Rico that serves. In fact, it's not even named after Puerto Rico. It's called Caribbean Veteran Hospital. So it serves men.
Sonia, only one hospital in all of the archipelago of Puerto Rico for all of the veterans that are on the island. One hospital?
Yes.
Wow.
But I should also note that not only from Puerto Rico, but since it's Caribbean, they have veterans from Panama, even from Mexico, from other islands. So the services are very poor. And to give you an example, my husband is a Vietnam vet. and he had an appointment to have lab work. That was last year. And he's also diabetic, which is tied to the fact that he has Agent Orange in his system. And it has been found that they also develop diabetes. At any rate, it was 1:30 p.m. He had been there since 7 o'clock in the morning. I called him up and I said, Victor, where are you? And he says, I'm still here waiting. Waiting for what? The lab had not been done at 1:30. And I said, stop it. Go to the cafeteria, eat something. You're a diabetic. You cannot stay without food for so long. So anyway, fortunately, we have a private insurance. So he goes now to a private doctor, a civil doctor. So that's the reality here. And so that's what we do. We go in front of the recruitment centers. We distribute information. We go to the universities. We go to the high schools. And we've been pretty vocal. We have been in the media here a lot, radio, TV stations, you name it.
Hi, Sonia, that it is incredible work. Yeah, I am the son of a veteran. My father was a Korean War vet, and I know even though he's here in New York City, the lack of resources for veterans is incredibly sad. The lack of resources, benefits, and how they receive these things is so limited. Thank you so much for that work. And I'm still shocked. The hospital isn't just for Puerto Rico, it's for the Caribbean. So I'm assuming that there's war vets that are in the Dominican Republic that fought in American wars and throughout the Caribbean that have to make their way to Puerto Rico. Es una locura. It's always insane. We're going to shift a little bit, Sonia. Madres contra la Guerra is doing amazing work in solidarity con el pueblo palestino. Can you tell us what are you guys doing and how is it manifesting and how is it being responded to in Puerto Rico?
Our position is that historically, U.S. wars are fought trying to get the resources of the countries which they try to occupy. For instance, in Iraq, oil. In Afghanistan, natural gas. Palestine has natural gas and also oil. And that is what they are after. So we are not fools. My son, the one that I told you about that went to Iraq, and many of his other veterans shared with me that those oil fields were being supervised by U.S. companies, and the U.S. military would provide security to those executives that were there after the oil. So make no mistake, these wars are fought because the U.S. and their allies are interested in the natural resources of the countries that they invade. So given that, Palestine is a colony of Israel, as Puerto Rico is a colony of the United States. And we have a lot of similarities with the people of Palestine, not only culturally and ethnically, but also the fact that they're a U.S. colony. Well, they are an Israel colony, but Israel is being mandated by the U.S. So given that situation, we are very much aware that Israel was founded 75, 76 years ago only because the Palestinians were moved. They were taken, their lands were taken so that the state of Israel could be developed. Just like they did in Vieques, Puerto Rico, a little island off the coast, eastern coast of Puerto Rico that was used by the Marina de Guerra, the Marines of the United States for war practices. So we are in solidarity with Palestine, and actually today is Tuesday, so I just came from our weekly picket line in front of the only Zionist consulate of Israel in Puerto Rico, which is in the Ponce de Leon Avenue in Atorrey. So they are on the 6th level. And every Tuesday afternoon, Mothers Against the War, we hold a nice picket. And let me tell you, more and more people are showing up. And you should see how beautiful it is. Many, many cars go by. They wave their fists and they shout and they're very happy. They applaud us. It is beautiful to see the solidarity of the Puerto Rican people with what is happening in Palestine, which is a genocide.
Sonia, where in Puerto Rico are the weekly pickets taking place?
Sure. It's on Ponce de Leon Avenue, number 221 in Atorrey. Right in the center of they call it Milla de Oro, the Golden Mile, which is where the money is. Because the Zionists, the Israel consulate is there because they come here to make business, make no mistakes. They are very powerful. Israel is doing what they're doing only because the U.S. is sending them $3 million a year in arms, and plus whatever they sent after the 7th of October, which is more than $40 million. It's ridiculous.
And the decades of American tax dollars. I've had people joke around and say, Puerto Rico will never be the 51st state. The 51st state is Israel. So very interesting. So weekly there is a picket at the consulate. It's strange to think that there's a Israeli consulate in Puerto Rico, but of course it would be in La Milla de Oro. What is the response from the community? Porque tú sabes, let's be honest, Puerto Rico can be very conservative, and Puerto Rico can be very pro-military. Puerto Rico can be very pro whatever the U.S. backs. So what is the response from people besides la gente que are waving their fists y tú sabes que dicen que viva Palestina, que viva Puerto Rico? What are some of the other responses?
Well, to be honest with you, only one person gave us the finger today. It's to be truthful. The people here know it's incredible, the solidarity, but people in the streets, they voice things like the Jewish state is it was elected by God. I had a Catholic woman tell me that. I'm Catholic, by the way, but it doesn't, preclude the fact that what is happening over there's no elected country by God to exterminate another country. And anyway, what did Christ tell us? Love thy neighbor, right? So Palestinian and Bethlehem is in Palestine. Just in case you didn't know that.
And many people say Jesus was Palestinian.
Yes.
Wow. It's very, I'm glad to hear that there is support. But it doesn't surprise me that there's people with that background and that perspective, because Puerto Rico can also be very highly religious, and they vote politically with that religious mentality in mind. What about young people? Tell us, Sonia, how are young people responding to what's happening?
Well, it's interesting. Now we have Instagram, we have TikTok, and we say it's Mothers Contra la Guerra. So we are everywhere. We even have a YouTube channel. But let me preface this also by saying that there's a Red de Solidaridad con Palestina. There's like a national committee on behalf of the Palestinian cause. And Mothers Against the War is just one little, part of that. So nationwide, we have a lot of organizations there. We recently had, on Martin Luther King's Day, we had a beautiful turnover. A lot of people came, about 300, because in Puerto Rico, in case you didn't know, in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, there's a Lockheed Martin plant making arms. So we decided to go over there, which is on the west side of Puerto Rico, and we had a rally, and it was beautiful. But, it's incredible. How much does the Puerto Rican people get from having that over there? I bet they don't even pay for the water, the electricity, because the government of Puerto Rico is just a slave of the U.S. companies. No matter what they make, if they come to Puerto Rico, they bow their heads and they don't question anything. It's ridiculous.
I'm glad to hear people turning out to Aguadilla. My family's from Rincon, Aguada, and Aguadilla. That whole area.
So you're in that area.
Yeah, mostly Rincon, pero I got mi familia, my cousins, and everyone spread out from Rincon all the way up to Aguadilla. Qué bueno. I'm glad. And Lockheed Martin, it doesn't shock me. Puerto Rico has every major corporation has something there in Puerto Rico that's not paying taxes, probably destroying the environment, and doing all of those types of things. So, Sonia, how long are we going to be doing these pickets on Tuesdays? We're going to be how many Tuesdays?
Next week will be our 16th picket. We haven't set a time to limit it. I think the genocide continues. It's horrible what's happening over there. And it's a way of raising consciousness. It is important to raise our voices, to have the little humanity left in us should just enrage our soul for what is happening over there. We are also in constant calling for boycott of Zionist enterprises, such as Zara, such as Starbucks, such as Garnier, Revlon, Burger King, McDonald's. There's a whole bunch of companies that or they are Zionists or they support the Israel government. In fact, in the latest quarter, Starbucks considered that they had lost $3 trillion in profit because of the boycott. So the boycott is a very easy way of showing our solidarity, our support for the Palestinian people.
And every bit of that support in any way we can resist and support the people of Palestine, let's do it. I didn't even know half of those companies were supporting Zionism and supporting. So Sonia, how do we get more information about Madres contra la Guerra? You said you're all over. Tell us where. Is there a website? Where are you?
Okay, you can Google us or use any platform to look for us, but we are in Instagram and different medias. You can also email me at madrescontralaguerra@gmail.com. If you know how to spell it, MadrescontralaGuerra@gmail.com.
We'll try to make sure to post it in the link on the YouTube page, and we'll see if we can edit it in. Again, that's Madres contra la Guerra. Go to Instagram, Facebook, on TikTok. They're all over. And the videos of the sisters and families, because just like Sonia said, the Madres is it's very specific, but it represents the entire family. I've seen the videos of those Tuesday pickets, and they're amazing. The support, the colors, the cheering, the solidarity is beautiful. It's very inspirational. So whenever people make these ignorant comments about que los Boricua no apoyan a nadie, Puerto Ricans don't support anyone, tell them to go to the Madres contra Guerra TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, so you can see how Boricuas are standing in solidarity with another colony of the U.S., another colony of Israel. So, familia, once again, Madres contra la Guerra, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Instagram, you can go to TikTok, follow them, watch those videos, look at the information that they have. It's amazing. As Sonia has said, Madres contra la Guerra at gmail.com. Please stay in contact. If you're in Puerto Rico in any upcoming couple of weeks and you have a free Tuesday, and ¿a qué hora? ¿A qué hora, by the way? What time,
From
Sonia?
4 to 5. From
From
4 to 5:30.
to 4 to
Also,
5:30.
we have a blog. You can also write us at our blog, Madre Contra la Guerra, blogspot.com. Just
Beautiful.
search for us. And, we're easy to approach. We speak. If you are interested in us giving you a little, demonstration, a panel, a seminar. I'm a doctor in psychology, so I delve also in topics such as PTSD, anxiety disorders, and all the other array of problems that the veterans have when they come.
And I'm glad you said activities, because Sonia is this is not the first or the last time you're going to hear from Sonia. Sonia is going to be via Zoom on a Pro Libertad forum that we're having on Saturday, February 24th,
Yes.
from 2 to 4 o'clock New York time, 3 to 5 Puerto Rico time. She will be via Zoom. It will be a hybrid activity. She will be on via Zoom, and we have 1 or 2 people speaking from the Boricua community here live. So again, the blog spot, the Facebook, the Instagram, the TikTok, please follow Madres contra la Guerra. Familia, this has been your January edition of Despierta Boricua. Thank you so much to Sonia. Again, you can catch Sonia on February 24th. If you're in New York City, come by. We will also be posting that event, recording it, and putting it on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you to
the opportunity.
No, siempre, siempre.
My house is your house.
Gracias. No, we will be. And again, I was going to say really quick, folks, if you are in Puerto Rico the next couple of weeks, and you're there on a Tuesday from 4 to 5:30, go to Alto Rey, look up the Madres contra la Guerra social media. You'll be able to join them. Go there. I hope some folks from the diaspora, I know a lot of people that are going to Puerto Rico in the next couple of months. If you're free on Tuesday, go 4 to 5:30 Puerto Rico time. Go and chant, march, meet Sonia, meet all the amazing people in Madres contra la Guerra. Thank you to the listening audience. Please, again, like, share, subscribe to this channel. Como siempre, que viva Puerto Rico libre. Thank you, Sonia.